This jar has been sitting on my counter for 3 months, bubbling, slowly changing. And inside it, garlic cloves that used to be sharp and aggressive have turned dark, soft, almost candy-like. The honey went from thick and golden to runny and deep amber, like liquid gold. And for the past 30 days, I ate 1 clove from this jar every single morning. Before we go any further, I need to say this clearly. This isn't medical advice. I'm not telling you this cures anything. This is my personal experiment, and what the science says about garlic in general. Because there's a twist, a serious one. This trend, garlic in honey, gets talked about online like it's automatically safe because honey is antibacterial. But food safety experts are clear about something most creators skip. There is no research-tested, guaranteed safe, standardized home method for fermenting garlic in honey at room temperature. And the reason matters. Garlic is a low-acid food, honey's acidity varies, and if the conditions are wrong, you can create a botulism risk. Rare doesn't mean impossible, and if it happens, it's not a stomachache. It can land you in the hospital. So in this video, I'm doing 2 things. First, I'll tell you what I noticed after 30 days of taking 1 clove every morning. Then I'll tell you the honest truth about safety, what's known, what's not proven, and what I would recommend if you want the benefits with fewer risks. Let's start with what this actually is. A lot of people call this black garlic, but real black garlic is typically made by aging garlic under controlled heat and humidity. That's what creates that deep black color and sweet flavor. Garlic in honey can bubble and darken, yes, because garlic releases moisture, the honey thins, and microbial activity can happen. But that does not automatically mean it becomes safely acidic fast enough. And that's the key. Now, why would anyone do this at all? Because garlic has real research behind it. Across many human studies, garlic, depending on the form and dose, can improve fasting blood sugar in some people, and it may improve lipid markers too. Not always. Not for everyone. But enough evidence exists that it's not a fantasy. So I treated this like an experiment. 1 clove every morning on an empty stomach. No dramatic diet overhaul. No clean eating montage. I tried to keep my routine normal so I could notice what changed. Here's what I felt first. It wasn't like coffee. It wasn't jittery. It wasn't a rush. It felt like steadier mornings, cleaner energy, more stable focus. And something else happened. My cravings changed. That weird mid-afternoon sugar hunt, it got quieter. I wasn't thinking about snacks the same way. Then the gym. Normally, if I push hard, especially legs, my soreness lingers. Not unbearable, but it's there. This month, my recovery felt faster. Less soreness. Less heavy body feeling the next day. Not superhuman, not miracle level, just noticeably improved. Now the blood sugar part. I tracked my fasting glucose, and the trend dropped over the month. And if you've ever tracked fasting glucose, you know it can swing based on sleep, stress, late meals, training, hydration, everything. So I'm not claiming the jar did it. I'm saying, during this month, while taking 1 clove daily, my numbers improved. And garlic has enough evidence behind it to make this plausible. But this is where I need to protect you from the most dangerous part of viral wellness content. The moment someone says, "This worked for me, so it'll work for you." No, if you're pre-diabetic or diabetic, you don't gamble with your health using internet trends. You track, you test, you talk to your clinician, especially if you're on medication. And if you're taking anything that affects bleeding, like blood thinners, be careful. Garlic can interact with certain medications. Now, the part everyone clicks for, the danger, botulism. Here's the simple concept. The bacteria that causes botulism doesn't grow well in properly acidic environments. But garlic is low acid, and honey's acidity varies. And here's the scary part most people don't understand. Even if something becomes acidic later, that doesn't guarantee safety if toxin formed earlier under the wrong conditions. That's why food safety professionals don't treat garlic in honey on the counter like a proven, guaranteed safe fermentation, the way they treat properly tested pickling methods. So what should you do with this information? Here's the honest, responsible answer. If you want the benefits of garlic without the unknowns, choose a safer route. Option 1. Buy commercially produced black garlic. It gives you that sweet, mellow garlic experience, made under controlled conditions. Option 2. Use a reputable aged garlic extract or standardized garlic supplement. The evidence base in humans is much clearer here than it is for a homemade jar. Option 3. If you like garlic and honey as a flavor, use it as a culinary mixture you store cold, not a months-long room temperature experiment you treat like medicine. Now, if you're already making this at home, I'm not going to pretend I can give you a perfect protocol that guarantees safety, because nobody can honestly promise that for this exact DIY method. What I can say is, don't give it to babies. Don't do it if you're immunocompromised. Don't take risks if you can't control conditions. And if anything smells rotten, looks fuzzy, or seems off, throw it out immediately. Your ego is not worth a hospital visit. Also, one more myth to clear up. Color is not a safety test. Dark cloves do not automatically mean safe, and bubbling doesn't automatically mean good fermentation. So here's my real takeaway after 30 days. Garlic can be powerful. It can influence blood sugar and inflammation markers in some people. And I personally felt steadier energy and better recovery. But the garlic and honey on the counter for months trend is not a validated, proven safe method that I can recommend like it's risk-free. If you want to run a smart experiment, do it like an adult. Track your fasting glucose properly. Track sleep and meals. Get labs before and after if you can. Don't stack 10 lifestyle changes and then give all the credit to one jar.